You've all just experienced what it's like to be a deaf person trying to communicate with a hearing person. It's not an easy task, and especially if the hearing person doesn't know sign language. So, today I'm going to tell you about meeting a deaf person for the first time. According to the Research Institute at Gallaudet University for the Deaf, 9 to 22 of every 1,000 U.S. citizen is deaf. So the chance that you're going to encounter someone who is deaf is not entirely unlikely. So here are a few tips to help you along with the experiment. Do not speak louder. Everyone tends to want to do this, and I don't know why. Because the definition of deaf means little to no hearing. No matter how loud you get, they're not going to get what you're saying, and you're just going to make a fool out of yourself. So I wouldn't do this. Number 2, look directly at the person that you are speaking to. Most deaf people can read lips to some extent. Some are better than others. But they can't do this. Like if you're looking down at your phone or away at this other person, you have to look dead on in the eye so that they can fully see what your lips are doing and understand what you're saying. And number 3, back to lip reading, slow down a little bit, because even a hearing person, if you're speaking too fast, it's hard to understand you. So, if you're trying to read lips and they're just moving at 90 miles an hour, obviously they're not going to get what you say. And also with this being said, another thing to be cautious of, don't be dumb slow. You don't need to be like, what are you doing today? Like that's completely unnecessary. Just please don't do that because it's very insulting to the people that you're talking to. Number 4, be mindful of their personal space. This one, I don't understand at all. Because apparently I had my deaf friend, Nicole Hayes, she came and stayed with me over fall break. And one of the things that she said was, particularly older people, but sometimes even younger people, when they find out she's deaf, they want to get right up in her face to speak. I really don't understand the logic behind that. She doesn't either. The only conclusion we came to is maybe they think it's better for lip reading, but actually the opposite is true. It's the worst. Because, if you're right up here, you can't really focus on what your lips are doing. So treat them like a normal human being, No one likes everybody all up in their bubble, so. And last, back to what I just said. Treat them like a normal human being. They're not any less intelligent. They're just like you. The only difference is you can hear, they can't. So try to remember that. They just speak a different language. That's why I thought that picture was appropriate. Smiles are the same in every language. So, and another important thing with this is try to avoid questions that may be rude, like, how do you drive? Could you hear what they were saying? Does this bother you? You should just probably not do that. It's, as Nicole was saying, it's natural to be curious about those things. It's part of our human instinct. But, you got to try to be respectful. And my advice on this situation would be if you don't know the person well, just don't bring these things up because it can be very offensive depending on the person that you're talking to. And so also I'd like to say thank you to Nicole Hayes. That's a picture of me giving her a campus tour. This fall break was absolutely amazing. I learned so much more sign language than I had in the past. And I actually got to go out and we ate out for every meal at different restaurants around Bluefield. And the way people react in this area to a deaf person is unreal. And the waitress at Applebee's, for an example, came around and spoke directly to me. Wouldn't even acknowledge Nicole. So, and I, of course, decided to make a joke by playing on my phone and ignoring the waitress, so. But it's just interesting, and she sat down with me over fall break and helped me write this speech, so definitely a big thank you. It's not possible without her. And so, that is the end.